What's poppin', everybody? This is Saber4. Today we're finally going to be looking at the Blue Sky Stream Japanese mini set. This is part 3 of the sets that are going to combine for our English Evolving Sky set. It's this, Skyscraping Perfect, and the Eevee Hero set. I suppose maybe they're going to exclude some cards, maybe add some cards, who knows. But these are the main 3 sets, I guess, that are going to combine for Evolving Skies. This is the set that's gonna have like all of the Rengeki Rapid Strike stuff. Skyscraping Perfect had the Single Strike stuff, and Rayquaza GX is gonna be in here, as I'm sure many of you guys already know. So let's see what's up. We got Hoppip Jumpluff line first. This little Hoppip, 40 HP, not gonna do anything. Skip Plume, looks like this one has an ability, Solar Evolution. Once during your turn, when you attach an energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it into this Pokemon. Okay, so Insta Evolution onto the Jumpluff if you attach an energy. But I mean, I guess it's sort of like a rare candy. It's not necessarily superior at this point, since you can evolve and then evolve again from the deck. Might even be better. But let's see what Jumpluff does, if it's actually going to be good. I know that HP-wise it's not going to be good, since it has 90, like this is the damn Hard Gold, Soul Silver era. And I'm going to get into my complaining mood once again, because when I see this shit, I can't help but be pissed off. So, the powerful Jumpluff from Hard Gold, Soul Silver, that could attack for a lot of damage, depending on all of the Pokemon on the field, had basically 90 HP, and that was considered very low for back then. Like, it was to sort of balance that card out for having such a strong 1 energy attack. This is like basically 10, 11 years later, like God knows how many generations have passed since then, I'm not even going to do the math. And you're giving us 90 HP still. Okay, way to go. And what does it do? 60 for 1, which is bad. And then Cotton Combo, this Pokemon can attack twice per turn. If your opponent's active Pokemon was knocked out by the first attack, they choose their new active Pokemon. Okay, whatever. So I guess it can attack twice. So this is a good ability for sure, but it's still not gonna balance the fact of the 90 HP and this weak ass attack. So if this dude attacks twice, it's doing 120. If you have like a Muscle Band on or another sort of boosting tool, I guess it can be 80 for 1, maybe 160 for 1. Then it becomes a little better, but it's still really nothing that's gonna put the vmaxes in check or make them scared, I guess, or the tag team GXs or what have you. It's just, once again, giving us these filler cards, giving us some false hope, illusion that they're gonna be able to do much, but they're not really gonna be able to do shit. So, I don't know, I think maybe from now on I should just skip most of the cards when I do these set reviews, because I'm just sick of it. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen my videos that I made about the expanded format right now with the Ferromosa GXs and stuff. I'm just really sick of the TCG. Shouldn't be saying this right from the start of the review, but anyway. Tropius, Rally Back, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out. It's a revenge attack, you do 120 for 2. This is also kind of weak, because other Pokemon can sort of do this for 1 energy in the past. Pretty weak, pretty not impressive. Just once again, filler. Making sure these cards are stuck freaking 5 to 10 years ago, while the rule Pokemon just keep improving on their own, basically. We got the Pansage and Simisage. Scratch. What did you do? 100 HP means you're gonna die super quick. May draw cards to have 6 cards in your hand. Whip Smash, more filler. Yeah, just bullshit everywhere. And then there's Trevenant V and Trevenant VMAX. Okay, so this is a cool card. And this guy, of course, is big, a typical weakness of fire. You can do Squeeze Life, 30 for 2, and then heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. This attack isn't that good, but whatever. Maybe it's for the best, but not really. And then Shadow Claw, 120, and then discard a card from your opponent's hand without looking. Now this is a very good effect, even if you don't get to pick its hand disruption automatically. And this can be quite annoying when combined with other hand disruption. It's not really that difficult to power up as a grass guy. You can just use Rillaboom. So who knows? Maybe there's going to be a new strategy with this guy. He evolves into a vmax anyway, so this isn't the final product. So he looks alright. He has a Missing Forest. Attack does 40 damage for each supporter card in your opponent's discard pile. So this is like a reverse poltergeist attack in a way. Instead of the hand, it's a discard pile. Very similar with the Trashlanch Garbodor, but for support instead of just items. And the multiplier is 40. Needs 2 energies though, not just 1. So, I mean, supporters is a much different animal than items. Items you can just play as many as you want per turn. A lot of decks rely on item engines. They go heavy with them. And then before you know it, if they don't have a choice, they gotta fill their discard pile whether they like it or not. And this is why Trashlanch Garbodor proved to be very effective for the longest time it was around. This, though, it's gonna be much harder. I mean, your opponent plays 1 supporter every turn. I guess if they have, like, in around 3 turns, if they play the supporter every turn, you can do 120 for 2, but that's hardly spectacular. And, I mean, they need like 5 supporters for this to do 200 for 2. So it's a pretty mid to late game attack, if that. I mean, they could just discard. It's pretty common for players to discard their supporters too with stuff like Quick Ball and Ultra Ball, Guzma Hala and what have you, and expand it. So, I mean, you never know. You might be able to do a lot more damage faster than you think. And maybe I guess this sort of, it's kind of a balanced thing. Maybe if it was a bigger multiplier, it could have been more broken. But it's not fully reliable. And then its max tree attack is just 180 for 3. This one's definitely mediocre, but this is what we get. So he doesn't really have too much to make him stand out from other grass VMAXs. I mean, a vanilla second attack, Missing Forest could be solid. HP and everything else, like the weakness is standard, so whatever. Kind of boring. Okay, then we got the Applin. Nothing else. Vulpix and Ninetales. Just 30 for 2. Man, are these fruits? They kind of look like citrus berries, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Anyway, like but citrus berries should have been whiter though. Okay, God knows what it is. Oh no, actually, wait. It's shooting fire, I think. Yeah, but this over here, is it like a berry or something? Who knows? Whatever. Crazy assumptions. Okay, Ninetales. So this one also looks kind of cool. I like it. So 9 Secret Path is your ability. The retreat cost of your Pokemon with fire energy attached becomes 2 colorless less. So we've seen this ability in Pokemon and a lot more generic too. This one is specific to fire, and it sometimes sees plays in some very intricate decks. A lot of the times troll decks too, which pisses me off, but people would usually just run switch. I mean, if it was a basic, then yeah. It's a stage 1 though, 120 HP. It doesn't have a good attack either, so you could like use it as a tech too. So maybe you could attack some Pokemon that your rule box Pokemon can't attack. Retreat isn't good either. Like 2 is bad. 120 HP. So, you don't really get much besides this ability, and the ability isn't all that. But who knows? Maybe some people are going to like to use it in fire decks, get free retreat. But you're probably better off using switches and stuff. Okay. We got Vicatini next, with a measly 60 HP. Victory Dive, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. And it also does 30 for 2. So this is a very strong attack. These attacks, it's the sort of troll Pokemon attacks where you can just build decks for stall, control, shit like this, grab any 2 cards. On the bright side though, it only has 60 HP, so it's probably going to die quickly. But I mean, that never stopped Sableye from being successful. So yeah, I'm not too thrilled. It also does damage too. If you're gonna do this, they should only be able to grab like one card and stuff, and maybe work with one energy. I don't know, but two, it's whatever. Hopefully, it doesn't do some crazy shit. I mean, I'm just pretty much giving up on the expanded format, but I say this, I might still play matches, and then I'll get annoyed about whatever new shit comes out. We got Panseer and Simisear. Tails, it does nothing. Okay, so these are definitely citrus berries. Okay, so I got this right this time. And then Simisear, Light Punch, and the Fire Throw. Discard for 2 basic energies from your hand. 60 for each energy, so you can do 120, I guess, total. Wow, that's some wacky artwork. Alright. Then we got Volcarona V. 210 HP, Water Weakness. Surge and Fire. This attack does 20 damage for each basic energy card in your discard pile. After showing these cards to your opponent, shuffle them back into your deck. So this reminds me of Legends Awakens Kindra attack. And I mean, we've seen this sort of a variation of attack before. There's Vicatini too, Vicatini Prism. For each basic energy, though, it doesn't have to be fire. Or water, I guess, in the case of Kindra. And you're going to grab all of them back. So this is a good little recovery, like late game attacker for a lot of damage, and recovery for your energy Pokemon. The bright side is, unlike Victini Prism, you can use as many of them as you want, like 4 copies even. You probably won't use that many just for this, but it's not a Prism Star, what I mean to say. And it obviously has a lot more HP. I think the attack might be stronger too. I don't know. Might not be the case. But that's good. And the Fire Blast attack, 160 for 3. Discard energy from this Pokemon. It's whatever. I think it's the same attack that the Talonflame V does too. So I think this is a very good fire Pokemon. Just for the first attack, you're going to use it in like your fire decks as a reliable way to recover your energies in a desperate time. So that's cool. And we got a Rapid Strike, a Slislipede, and the other dude. Your opponent's active Pokemon is burned. Senti Scorch. Burning Train and Coil, block 90 damage. Yeah, it's whatever. More filler. We got Shieldar and Cloyster. Wave Splash, Tongue Slap, whatever. And then Cloyster, Shell Armor. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. Aqua Split, 30 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon. So 120 total for 2. Whatever, more cards that won't really be used. Gyarados V and Gyarados VMAX. Didn't know these guys existed, to be honest. Not like I knew about the other guys, but this kind of surprises me. So it has, wow, it actually only has 220 HP. Normally Gyarados is bigger on the HP side. So Rage Out does 20 times for each damage counter on this Pokemon, but it requires 3 water energies, and this isn't, I guess it's a slightly stronger rage attack in a way. It doesn't do any base damage, but it has a 20 times multiplier. It needs 3 energies though. And then Heavy Storm. I always laugh when I see this. Salamence V also had this attack. Heavy Storm is just, this is immediately going to remind me of the Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's 180 for 4. So Salamence did 160 for 4, but you could use any energy. Kind of fair, I guess. And then the VMAX, it has 330 HP, so that's a bit better. 4 Retreat, and then Hyper Beam, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, 120 for 3. And then a Max Tyrant, 240 for 4. Okay, so this is definitely inferior compared to... Oh, no, actually, no. It's the same as Salamence VMAX, but it doesn't have the condition where you can attack in a row. You can still attack with Gyarados. So okay, it balances it out. It's fair. Um, um, okay, it's another water Pokemon. We have plenty of those of these around at this point, like these VMAXs. It doesn't really add anything much compared to Lapras VMAX. You get 10 more HP, but Lapras has the potential to do a lot more damage. I mean, it's the same complaint I said about the Galarian Darmanitan too. Fixed damage, it can do the spread damage too. This guy's gonna do 240. But I mean, for 4 energies, it's almost the same damage as Lapras. Lapras is obviously going to be weaker, but you're going to get stronger with more energies on. Gyarados is fixed to 240. You get this sort of first attack too. So, I don't know. I mean, if you want to use this with Frostmoth and like Melanie and stuff, maybe. It is what it is. Whatever. Another water Pokemon. We got Darumaka. Doesn't do anything. And Darmanitan, speaking of which. Powder Snow. And then Daruma Head. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this attack can be used for water energy instead. I think it means maybe 1 water energy. I don't know. But whatever. Cryogonal. Elemental Chains. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Choose any number of basic energies and attach them to Pokemon. God damn, so this is a max elixir in the form of an attack. Now this is a very good attack actually. It isn't quite as consistent as Volcanion, and right now I guess Cresselia, that's mimicking that guy to a pretty big degree. But I mean, it's something. It needs a water energy, but you can get any basic energy from what it says anyway. And I mean, the ice snow attack doesn't matter. Man, some fucking noise outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Anyway, let's keep going. But this is a very good attack to power up Pokemon. Yeah, it's max elixir. You could get lucky. I mean, if you just get 1, then it's not that special. But if you can get 2, then it's pretty worth it. I don't know, I mean, in a way, you could say that you're better off discarding the energies and then using something like Kyogre to grab 2 immediately or something. And there's just other Pokemon that can do this sort of trick. But you never know. Okay, we got Wishy-Washy next. Rapid Strike 1. Scoop Power. If this Pokemon has at least 3 water energies, it gets 150 HP. Wow. A way to make this really crazy. With 30 HP, and then it's going to get plus 150. So I guess if they negate his ability, you're basically shit out of luck. Whatever. What is it going to do? I mean, let's look at the attack. Swarm Blast. 30 more damage for each basic energy attached to this Pokemon. So if you got 2 on it, then it's 90. With 3, it's 120, and then you also get the 150 HP. So it's going to be a 180 basic Pokemon that can do 120 for 3. Okay, that's kind of decent maybe, but I'd rather just use a Pokemon like Suicune, or just another like basic water legendary Pokemon or something that's just going to be more consistent. I don't have to worry about this ability screwing me over. Yeah. And then if you can't meet the ability anyway, then it's going to be 30 no matter what. They could easily just spread some damage and kill it, snipe it down. Just too easy to kill. So I wouldn't risk it, but it's up to you guys. And we got an Ampharos family. Don't do anything. You have an ability though. Oh shit! I saw the name Dynamotor. And yeah, once during your turn, you may attach a lightning engine from your disc ball to one of your bench Pokemon. Fuck me. Okay, so yeah, this is just like Pokemon. Every time I get super disinterested with their bullshit, they just do something like this to just grab my interest back. So if you guys know me, you know that Dynamotor Electric is one of my favorite sort of ability Pokemon. I've used it forever with Rayquaza and other strategies. Ray is pretty much a favorite for many people. And I've wanted them to bring back this sort of ability. And I guess we're getting this with this Fluffy here. So it's nice. I mean, it pretty much shares the same statistics with Electric. I'm pretty sure Electric had 90 HP too, and 2 retreat. I know that for sure. This one has the same. So it's not going to be an improvement over it in Expanded. I guess the 50 for 3 attack, it's actually the same as Expanded too with the Electric, Dynamotor Electric. So I guess no improvement. But with this, we're getting the ability in Standard too. Because you obviously can't use Electric in Standard right now. It's a very old card. But with this, we can use it in Standard. And I'll get to use my favorite sort of tactic, you could say. One of my favorite tactics, let's just say that. And I wonder if there's what kind of Pokemon we gotta utilize. Because it's not like we've got that Rayquaza get 1-hit KO's attacker. Or at least, I don't know that. We'll find out. Because I don't know what Rayquaza V does. But this is nice. I quite dig this, of course. So we get one very good card that I dig from this set. And a bunch of other horrible ones. And then the Ampharos, Thundershock 40, and then Paralysis if you get heads. And then Electro Crush, you may discard 3 lightning energies from this Pokemon. 120 more damage, so it's going to be 220 for 4 and discard 3. It's whatever. I mean, it's obviously supposed to synergize with this pre-evolution. But I mean, you're not going to use this with Flaffy to great success. You're going to use Flaffy with some sort of V or VMAX Pokemon. Maybe even like a Tag Team GX if anything comes to mind. If we're going to have... Well, I mean, by the time this set comes out, I think the rotation still won't be in effect, but whatever. We won't have the Tag Team GXs for long. But you get what I'm saying. You're going to use this with a big Pokemon if you're going to go far. You're not going to use it with this. And then we got Plusle and Minun. It's a Rapid Strike 1, which is nice. So Twin Sparks, if any of your Minun attack during your last turn, this deck does 100 more damage, so 120 for 1. It's still going to not be very special. And then Minun also looks very cute. I like this sort of, I guess, Pikachu mimics from Gen 3, of course. Call for Family, and then Static Shock. I think there was like, yeah, that old cartoon DC Comics, I think. Anyway, whatever. Static Shock. And then we got Toxel with this wacky artwork. Once again. Looks pretty nice though, I gotta admit. Just does Ram. And then Toxtricity. Punk Shock. You may make your opponent's active Pokemon paralyzed. If you do, this Pokemon, this does 70 damage to itself. That's not a good drawback at all. A good trade-off, what I meant to say. They'll easily play around this effect. So, I mean, this guy's good. 130 HP. What are you gonna do with this anyway? So whatever. Useless Pokemon. And Regieleki, Regieleki, however you pronounce this. This is a cool Pokemon, I guess. One of the cool things from Gen 8, I would say. The only few cool things from the DLC. Like more Regi, I don't want to say Regiformers, but more Regi legendary Pokemon that sort of belong with the other ones. And I dig them. I dig this one and the other one. So they get their first print, at least this one here. So it also has the Static Shock attack. Okay. Wonder if there's going to be some sort of trend. And then Terrace Park. Discard all lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 40 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's 120 with 40 damage to 2 bench Pokemon. So that's like a 200 damage total. Total damage. Dual spread with 40. So that's not too bad. I mean, you probably would rather use a sniper like not double, Cramorant. But this is a nice regular Pokemon that can do this sort of job too, I guess, spread some damage. Basic legendary Pokemon. I mean, they obviously put this in here since we got the Flaffy with Dynamotor. Moving on. Sandshrew and Sandslash. Dig up, look at the top card of your deck, and then put it back. And then Let's Roll, 20 damage for each bench Pokemon that has a Let's Roll attack. So the Let's Roll dudes, they were in the previous set, I'm quite sure. Or maybe the EV Hero set. Yeah, it works on the bench though, not in the discard pile. So it's not exactly map party. Unless there's a sort of error here. But anyway. Okay. And I think this is clay for Sandshrew. So looks okay, I guess. And then what about Sandslash? Dig, uppercut. Place one card from your discard pile in your hand. 60 for 2. It's this sort of recovery effect that can be kind of something. But since it works with a fighting and a colorless, okay, it's pretty balanced. So I'm not going to complain about you. Metachamp V, what's up? So, it's Rengeki. Man, they give it some crazy eyes here. I don't know what the fuck. Like it's high or something. Yoga Loop, you put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon that's very weak. And if your opponent's Pokemon was knocked out by this attack, take another turn after this one. Okay, so this is a very broken ass effect, but you're gonna have to like have a lot of damage on something to just finish it off with this attack, but I guess it can come up. And then Sky Uppercut, extremely weak, 100 for 3. And I don't give a fuck that it's not going to be affected by resistance, it's still very weak. So this is all this guy has, okay. No vmax or whatever. Then we got Balto and Claydol. Nothing to you. And what about you? Rapid Spin, switch on your bench Pokemon, your opponent switches, whatever. And then Ancient Seal. Put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 60. So this is, I think, it's not exactly like the Galarian Rapidash or whatever, but it kind of reminds me of... No, it's kind of different, but yeah, I guess if you hit like a super huge HP Pokemon like a VMAX, it's like you're doing, if they have like 320 HP, it's like you did 260 or something, so... Yeah, but you're not... I mean, maybe you're gonna do this, but whatever. It needs 2 fighting energies at the end of the day. And it's gonna die next turn for sure. And we got Landorus. Actually, haven't seen this guy in a while, I think. The Therian original form. So it can do Strafe. You may switch with one of your bench Pokemon. Yeah, the usual. And then Ground Rumble. Move all energy from this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon any way you like. And it does 120 for 3. So, good little fighting tech, I guess. That's going to let you save all of your energies if you want to. That's kind of handy. So that's nice. Kind of a nice fighting Pokemon. Once again, get another legendary option for basics. Then we got Stuffle and Beware. Comes as a fighting. And what about the Big Bear? Doesn't really do shit. We got Dragonite V. Okay, yeah, and we got more dragons. Dragons are coming back, as I've seen from the Sky Sword and Perfect set. We get a few ones over here too. So, Shred, just 50 for 2, and it's not going to be affected by any effects. That's the sort of Shred attack in a nutshell. It ignores effects. 50 for 2 is kind of weak. I guess you can put a DC to do this, but I still think it's weak. It should have been like, I don't know, maybe 70 or something. Whatever. And then Dragon Gale, this attack does 20 damage for each of your bench Pokemon. What? To each of your bench Pokemon. Okay, so you're going to hit your dudes. But it does 250 for 3, which is quite powerful. 2 water, 1 lightning. It's not going to be difficult to power up, I guess, but I think can you use? No, I think you can't use Melanie on him. It has to be water. I'm pretty sure that's how Melanie works. You can't use Frostmoth either. God damn it. So I guess you're gonna have to use it and expand it with something like Blasters and then put like lightning energy on it or something. It's whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's got 230 HP though, which is good. I mean, there's double dragon energy and expanded too, so you don't even have to do the extra shit, to be honest. And Tapu Koko Prism too. I mean, it's definitely strong. You can easily just negate the bench damage or use it to your advantage. Okay. And what the hell, what the hell? We get Rayquaza V and VMAX, but before that, we get a Salamence line too. My favorite Pokemon is probably going to disappoint me, but let's just pray to Lord. So we get this Bagon too, which looks... it's cute, but something about it is kind of weird for me. I'm not fully with it. At least it has 70 HP. They didn't make it like a 50 HP weakling or something. Then we got Shelgon, hard roll, flip a coin if it has prevent all effects of attacks, yeah, whatever. And then the big man himself, or big lady, I guess, Salamence. And it looks alright. I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorite artworks. You want to know ones that I really like? Look at the Plasma Blast one. That's one that I really dig, that sort of style. But this, what do? Like, you got 170 HP. You got Intimidating War. Once during your turn, you may have your opponent switch their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. Wow, so this is... fuck me. Okay, so this is actually quite good. It's a pulling ability. I hope there isn't any errors here. It doesn't say it has to be active, because they sort of did this with one from the Sun and Moon era, basically. You gotta be active to pull, and nobody used it pretty much. So maybe they learned a lesson for this card. So if there's no error, this is gonna work from the bench too. And you may have your opponent switch their active Pokemon. Oh, fuck. Yeah, but now that I realized it might work from the bench, but it's gonna be like an escape rope. They get to pick. You don't pull like Umbreon VMAX. So they fucking ruined it once again. Thank you. Here's my clap. Thank you for always fucking up my favorite Pokemon. Somehow. They just can't make him good. Like, as a stage 2, he was gonna be cursed and not do anything anyway. But at least make it solid so I can use it. Win a game and then lose 5. That's sort of what's the word? Dynamic, I guess, whatever. And then Savage Dragon, 100 damage, and then if your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, this attack does 120 more damage. So it's the same freaking attack as the Rapid Strike Luxray. Pretty much the same attack, only it's more difficult to power up because it needs a fire and a water. Plus you don't get the Rapid Strike support of that guy. And it's not really that impressive. I mean, you get some 1-hit KOs, but that's it. Actually, no, I think it's a bit stronger. The other dude did 200, this does 220. It's whatever. So the attack isn't completely shit. Okay, I'm gonna give him that. But the ability, they didn't have to make it like this. You could have made it be like a freaking Lysander and it would have been fine. Give these regular Pokemon a little bit of edge, for fuck's sake. Anyway. Okay, and this is the big boy himself, the big man himself. Rayquaza V and Rayquaza V VMAX. So Rayquaza is obviously a very popular legendary, very popular Pokemon. It's actually one of my personal favorites of all time. And I've liked it since the beginning, not when it became trendy to like it. I don't know what this card does. I hope it does what I want it to do. I know that it's Rengeki too, but we're gonna find out. So it works with lightning and fire energies, which is what I want, like the classic combination. So this is perfect. So Dragon Pulse, you do 40 and then you discard the 2 top cards of your deck. I don't like this attack at all. There are other Pokemon that can do 40 for 1, like Keldeo, the Ice Rider Calyrex V, and other Pokemon. So why the fuck we gotta discard the top 2 cards of our deck? I have no idea. If it did like 70 for 1, then yeah, discard 2 cards, it's whatever. And then a Spiral Burst, you may discard either up to 2 fire energy or up to 2 lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 80 more damage for each energy card discarded this way. So, it kind of has this sort of classic Rayquaza attack, discard energies, do more damage, get 1-hit KOs. But they give it this very, very big limitation. You can only discard 2 energies. Either fire or lightning. What the fuck? This pretty much makes it even weaker than Rayquaza EX from Black and White. Are you kidding me right now? So you can essentially do 180 damage total, and that's it. That's basically it. 180 damage total. Max damage. So I guess it's going to be stronger in the sense that Black and White Rayquaza EX, you had to discard 3 energies to do 180. This you discard 2 and you do 180. So yeah, it's obviously an improvement. But come on, man. The fucking card we're talking about, Rayquaza EX, was in Black and White. And it was a phenomenal card in that period because it could get 1-hit knockouts. It basically had no ceiling. This has a very specific ceiling, a very limiting ceiling. You're not even going to get 1-hit KOs on Vs, regular Vs. Okay, anyway, I guess it's because it has a vmax. This is supposed to be the star, but we'll find out. So, I don't really dig this artwork. It's got this sort of crazy cloud horns too. Whatever. It has Blue Sky Surge. Once during your turn, you may discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. Really, man? This is the fucking ability this guy's gonna get. Discard your entire hand and draw 3. Not really good. I mean, if they gave it the Zoroark GX effect, discard and then draw 3, then yeah, that would have been busted. But discard all your hand to draw 3. It's too limiting. I mean, it's even weaker than something like the fucking Zipstrika that some people use. You discard your whole hand and then you draw 4 cards. So, that's not good. Maybe if it should have been like discard 2 cards, then draw 3. And then I guess it was going to be all over the place and expanded with Propagation Execute, since they don't want to fucking ban that card. But like this, it's not going to be that great. I mean, it is going to be good. I don't want to give the impression that this is a completely useless ability, but it could have been a hell of a lot better. Plus, this is Rayquaza we're talking about. And then Max Burst, discard any number of fire or lightning energies attached to this Pokemon. 80 more damage for each energy card discarded this way. Okay. So now they're giving me the attack that I want. So this is the way it's supposed to be, in my opinion. You can discard any number, fire or lightning. Get your 1-hit knockouts, my friend. So this is obviously going to pair up with Fluffy. It's pretty much Ray Eels back in a way. I guess it's going to be like Fluff Eels or wait. Fluffy. It's going to be Fluff Ray or whatever, or Fluffy Quaza deck. Whatever the fuck. But it's going to be Fluffy and then this guy, and then you get 1-hit knockouts. And I can get behind this. Very simple, very straightforward. You build your deck around this strategy, and it's effective. If you build your deck right, you know how to use it. So I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased indeed. And it's Rengeki too, which is perfect for me. Excellent. Okay, moving forward. I mean, I think I don't need to tell you guys that this is going to be a very, very strong strategy. With the right deck list, vmaxes are going to be scared now because you can get reliable one-hit KOs. Like you discard, basically you discard 4 energies. Like how much damage you're doing. Let's just do the math. Yeah, you're just doing 340 damage. And if you just discard 3, then you're doing 260, which is still impressive enough to get one-hit knockouts. So I think if I think about it, it's basically the same damage that Ultra Necrozma does, which is kind of disappointing when I think about it. But it's still going to be quite powerful, I think. I don't think I've missed anything. This is what is the same as Necrozma. Okay. And we get Zygarde next. Rapid Strike Zygarde, Bite, and then Verdict, Maelstrom. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon, 40 damage to that Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken. So this is going to be a snipe, and it's a revenge attack snipe too. So if they've taken 3 prizes, you could do 120 on any Pokemon. Kind of nice. I mean, grass and fighting is a weird combination of power up. But you could do it, I guess. Okay. Turtonador. Haven't seen you in a while. Wow, fire and fighting. Also kind of strange. I mean, I guess this is a sort of Pokemon of the land. Like, it'd be a Team Magma Pokemon probably, if it wasn't Gen 3. Like, a fire sort of Magma Pokemon, you know, Dragon, Fire, whatever. So Shell Trap, during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, 8 damage counters, whatever, and then Heat Stamp, okay, whatever. And then we got Flupple and Appleton. Appleton. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon V, 160 for 2, and then Corrosive Fluid, 50 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon that have an ability, that has any ability, okay. So there used to be a Weavile that did this sort of first attack, and it was actually kind of good. It was a good tech. This is pretty much the same attack, so I guess in heavy ability decks you can do some very heavy damage. Now, I mean that sort of Weavile, the damage it did was more significant when we had lower HP Pokemon. Like back then it was like Stage 1 GXs and the such. Nowadays, we get like 300 HP and stuff easy with the VMAXs. So it's not going to be as easy, I guess, to get some significant KOs or as strong, but it's still good. And this is a stage 1 too, actually, yeah. And then Feisty Tackle is also a good sort of V anti-meta attack. Okay. And then your other form, Appleton, Gooey Fluid, 70 damage for each special energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So kind of a similar thing, anti-meta attacks. And then Feisty Tackle, there's a Pokemon V, they share the same second attack. Okay, so these are, I guess, some anti-meta attacks you can use. Sweet. And then Regidrago. Oh, this guy's a dragon too. I don't think I remember that shit. But yeah, one of the new Regiforms. Actually, when I look at this from this angle, the sort of game, the character in the game, I guess, design, it looked different. Like this, it doesn't look as good, I think. Like, what's its face, actually? Anyway, whatever. So Hammer in, and then Dragon Energy, 240 damage, but it's gonna be reduced by 20 for each damage count on this Pokemon. Damn. It's very easy though to just get an early quick attack with this before it gets damaged. Like play it down, power it up, make an attack, and then you don't care what happens after you can inflict 240. So I think this is a good attack even with this sort of drawback because the damage is good. I mean, They sort of put this effect in some stage 2 Pokemon, and you're like, what the fuck? I mean, this isn't what we need. But on a basic Pokemon like this, it's a lot more effective. A regular one at that. So I think this is a good attack. And then we got Chansey and Blissey. Chansey looks kind of cute, sitting here. Okay, doesn't do anything else. 110 HP though. And then Blissey. Come on, man, only 130 HP. That's a step down. But it has an ability, All-Rounder. Prevent all damage by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon VMAX done to your Pokemon that have the attack Let's Roll. Wow. So I guess this sort of a Let's Roll archetype is taking it a step further. And it's gonna make all of your small dudes like Marill and fucking Sandshrew, I guess, immune. It's kind of interesting. It's only VMAXs though, not just Vs. And it also has the Let's Roll attack, 20 damage for each of your bench Pokemon with this attack. Okay. I mean, Blissey is also one of my favorites. It looks very cute here. You got some flowers in the background. Very sort of feminine. Blissey, female-only Pokemon. Pretty cute. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's going to be great against the VMAXs, but this sort of Let's Roll archetype, it's not going to be the same as Map Party because there is a specific limit of the damage you can do, and that sort of damage isn't really effective. I mean, at least Map Party, you use a bunch of small Pokemon, you got the potential to do upwards of 200 damage. The Let's Roll guys, though, they're just gonna stop at like, what, 120 damage? Something like that. Anyway, we got Standler next. Rear Kick, and then Wild Dive. 30 damage for each energy touch your opponent's active Pokemon, whatever. Yeah, it's not really that good. And then we're down to the trainers finally. You got the Lucky Popsicle. Heal 20 damage from your active Pokemon. Then flip a coin. If heads, put this Lucky Popsicle into your hand instead of the Disco Power. Shout out to Kyoko from Black Cat. Popsicle, yeah, reminded me of that classic anime. You guys should check it out, it's awesome. Holds up to this day. Black Cat, the anime, not Black Cat, the chick from Spider-Man. But yeah, this is essentially like an old school potion, heals 20 instead of 30, and then if you get the heads, you get this back in the hand instead of the disco power. This is kind of busted because if you can control the coin flips with some cards, this could be like an unlimited healing card. I don't think they'd be stupid enough to make a way for you to do this though, but you never know. I mean, we could end up seeing it banned in a week after this set comes out. But I'm pretty sure all of the cards that we have that control coin flips, you can't do it on trainers. It's for Pokemon attacks and stuff, that sort of thing. We shall see though. We get a Great Ball reprint, and then we get the Toy Catcher too. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has a remaining HP 50 or less and switch it with their active Pokemon. So this is a specific Pokemon catcher. Could be annoying, but it is what it is. I mean, they gotta have very low HP. I mean, most of the time though, like, it's gonna be a game-winning card because if it has 50 HP or less, then that's exactly what you usually want to pull with regular Lysanders and Pokemon catchers, just the pull and catcher cards in general. You know, your opponent has a really hurt Pokemon like a VMAX that's going to give a lot of prizes and you're going to lose or whatever. They try to save it on the bench, and then you can just use this to just finish it off. So I think this might be too busted. It's just going to allow people to use this instead of just using stuff like boss's orders, which at least takes up your supporter for the turn. So I'm not too thrilled with this card. Switch reprint and then rubber gloves. Attacks from this Pokemon hit lightning Pokemon for plus 30. It's like the other glove cards. And then we got Underworld Mask. Say what? How did I get here? Okay, let's go back down. Underworld Mask. When the Pokemon this card attached takes damage from an opponent's attack, have your opponent choose and discard one card from their hand. So yeah, this is what I told you about hand disruption. Trevenant, you're gonna combine it with cards like these, it becomes a much bigger threat. So it's from any attack. It doesn't have to like get knocked out or anything. I think this is kind of busted. I would say so. I mean, of course, you can get rid of it before they get the effect, but yeah, just another card contributing to annoying strategies. I guess it could have been worse. And then we got the Rapid Strike, Skull of Wyverns, dragon shit indeed. So Meteor, discard 2 energy, from this Pokemon, 90 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Come on, man, this is weak as fuck. What kind of snipe is this? It's whatever. And then we got the Schoolboy. We had the Schoolgirl, now we get like the Schoolboy as well. Draw 2 cards. If your opponent has 5, 3, or 1 prizes left, draw 2 more cards. So it's the same as the Schoolgirl, but for the odd numbers instead of even numbers. I'm pretty sure that's what her effect was. And then we got Zinnia. Zinnia's Resolution. We didn't get Battle Frontier in ORAS, but the sort of a Z episode was kind of cool, at the very least, instead of getting completely nothing. You can play this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand. Draw a card for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So this is like a damn Eriga's Hospitality, pretty much, like a Steven, but it has a pretty hefty cost. Like, double discard for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So yeah, it counts the active Pokemon too. It's a good supporter, I'm not gonna lie. It gives you that other option. So if you don't want to take the chance of Eriga being dead if you got a big hand, you'd rather discard, then you can use this. I mean, sometimes it's also going to be worse than Eriga because you have to discard 2 cards. That's a pretty hefty cost. I mean, if you want to discard Outlet, then it's nice. But, I don't know. It competes with Roller Skater and stuff like Roxy too in that way. And maybe those cards are going to be better in some situations. So, at the very least, it's something different. I mean, it gives us options. This is what I like with supporters. Them giving us options without really making other supporters being shit that are very similar. So I like this card very much. Where's the full art? I think it's going to be very cool. It's alright. It's not even going to show us, but I think it's alright. Could have been better. Anyway, we get the Tempest range. Once during each player's turn, the player may search the deck for a basic lightning Pokemon or a basic dragon Pokemon and put it onto the bench and then shuffle the deck. So a broken ass card to aid the Rayquaza fluffy deck that I was talking about. I mean, obvious stuff is obvious. They do this with a lot of sets, printing cards that just go together. It's just too obvious and then maybe too unfair to an extent. Just basically cards that build themselves, as Dubk used to say for Yu-Gi-Oh! These archetypes is just, they build themselves basically. Too obvious. So, I mean, this is good. I mean, I'm going to welcome it with open arms. Kind of busted if you ask me, but I mean, it's pretty much like Brooklyn Heal, but for lightning and dragon Pokemon as opposed to water and fighting. So yeah, I'm not going to complain. Pretty good. And this is the last card. We get Aurora Energy reprint. And then the rest is just full arts and I guess Shauna. What? Shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 5 cards. Why the fuck would they print this? I guess it just means we're not gonna have stuff like Cynthia for a while again. This is a bit weird, but I guess they were printing this card. Full art only. Oh wait, this actually, here she is as well, Shauna. So yeah, she's coming back. Shuffle and draw, but get 5, not 6. So in expanded, it's gonna be immediately useless. Okay. Get some full arts, get some secret rares. Nice stuff, I guess. And then that's it. There's the electric. Should have been lightning anyway. Okay. So this is the rapid strike set, guys, as well. Now, if I'm being honest, I think the Skyscraper Imperfect one is better. But maybe it's just me, because when I reviewed that set, maybe I was in a better state. These days, I'm pretty pissed with the Pokemon TCG. You guys have noticed, so maybe I'm just not in the right mood. But I don't think so, because I was sort of disappointed by the Eevee Hero set, and then I thought Skyscraper Perfect was better. So overall, maybe that set might just have more generally useful cards. But I mean, the strongest shit is easily going to be in here with Rayquaza, I think. Rayquaza and Flaffy, you can't beat that sort of ability. Dynamotor, just too damn good. You get this effect. If you guys learned anything from Malamar, if you're newer players, you will know this ability is going to be hot. We do get some nice revenge Pokemon, like anti-meta Pokemon with the Appleton and Flapple. These guys too. The new Reggies, I guess. Toy Catcher can be kind of busted. Anyway. So this is the set review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope there wasn't too much background noise. It's been very difficult for me to make videos these days. It's not just because I'm pissed with the TCG and expanded. There's construction going on. There's the cicadas where I live. Very hot country, Cyprus. You get cicadas, they make a lot of noise. I mean, I don't know how other YouTubers like can just mitigate this noise and stuff. Like they got the private studios or something, but it's difficult. You get so many obstacles. But I managed to get this video out. Hopefully it's good enough at the very least, if it's not perfect. But I hope the background, it won't be, you barely hear it at the very least. You have to like really put the volume up to hear it. And this is it. Obviously, hot set. Combined with the other set, it's going to be a really hot English set as well. You get Rayquaza, you get Eevees, you get a bunch of other cool stuff. And it is strong. If only for Rayquaza and Fluffy. Hope you guys enjoyed this set. I'm finally going to sign out. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys with whatever I post next. Who knows? I might end up actually just posting stuff from the old school days for a while, because I'm still trying to like record matches in like expanded and TCG Online, and it's just the same old shit. I'm being very annoyed. It's very difficult for someone like me. It's not just getting any match. I gotta get some good matches to show to you guys. So if I just beat someone easily, it's not a very good match. If I lose the match very easily, brick or whatever, that's not a very good match. You want to show some cool stuff, or just some solid games. And then obviously stuff like for a Master GX, it's just bullshit. There's no point me showing that unless I'm just making some funny videos and stuff to prove a point. So anyways, I'm just gonna finally shut the fuck up. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like. I said all this shit already. Sabo 94. What's up?